Hello everyone, today I play the mighty kingdom of Ayutthaya, the most powerful and influential country of Southeast Asia, with big temples that worship Buddha, armies that include big war influence and also a lot of karma. Where everyone around you is either a minor nation or in dark times. The best place for a lot of expansion. Now this video took ages to make, so please subscribe to my channel. Look at this graph, it's just sad. It will make me happy if you subscribe, so just do it. This story begins after the infamous Leviathan DLC. I set up a big multiplayer session with people from my Discord. But in the beginning we were in suspense if this was actually gonna work or not. Because EU4 wasn't the most stable at the time. We were in for a time of suffering and a lot of pain. The beginning of this epic story of Ayutthaya began with King Boromaraja II, who professionalized the army. Our neighbor, the kingdom of Khmer, was in its darkest times, so the perfect opportunity for a conquest. So we declared war for the subjugation of Khmer and hot elephant on elephant action began. Our king was leading the army, like all great kings do, but a little accident happened and the king broke his neck after he fell from his war elephant. Our prime suspect is the game speed. But the game speed wasn't the only problem. I introduce you to the hot choice, desyncs and a lot of rehosts. And with a little added trick you can hear what was going on through our minds.
Oh no!
Ignore the server.
Okay, we're good.
No, because
All players have arrived.
All players have arrived.
Yeah, let's go!
Yeah,
Something dumb like that. I can't click on the second start button.
Hello?
That's abandoned game.
Oh.
Let's not click on that.
Did we fuck it already?
We need to revert and rehost, which we should do.
No, we aren't. This is gonna happen again and again and again
Oh,
and
I
again.
can't believe. I really love the little blue circle. Oh.
It's frozen.
I'm saving the game just to be sure.
Guys, the game just froze.
I would just send all my...
That's my bad.
Oh, the PU.
I think you know much about the main.
Only hold join.
You guys.
EU4 multiplayer, but every time you rehost the lobby, you lose a finger.
I won't even have a finger left after this.
I'm not gonna have any toes left.
Yeah.
Getting faster.
Finish.
Now I showed you what mess this game actually was and how unstable Leviathan is. Let's go on in our epic story. After the death of our great king, our vessel Sukhothai should be automatically integrated in our country. But this event didn't happen and very much confused me. Trilok, the new king, eventually won the war against the weakened Khmer, making the Khmer finally our vessel. Quickly after this victory, Ayuthaya decided to continue with attacking Lanna, a weak nation that not possibly could stand up against the great Ayutthaya. This little nation, however, had many allies. It would be hard to attack them, but I chose to risk it anyway and declared war on them in 1451. The Thai soldiers made good progress in the beginning, and this luck, or karma, would continue in the following battles. With battles that were somewhat too close for my comfort. Eventually our ally Bengal in the north would help us out sieging the enemy down, and we annihilated the enemy forces after a few more battles. After the long war we eventually managed to win and subjugate the country of Lanna. The Ayuthayyan noble rebels, however, weren't so happy with this costly war and they rose up in the capital. Loyal forces tried to subdue this rebellion but were too weak because they didn't have time to rest after the war. The noble rebels weren't the only ones who disliked us after the conquest. Many Southeast Asian nations formed a coalition preventing any form of Ayuthayyan expansion for a lot of years. Those upcoming years, Ayutthaya focused on developing the nation and managed to bring renaissance to our country. It was too long to wait, so me and other players began to do a little trolling.
Put it on 5 speed. Put it on 5 speed.
I'm putting it on 5.
5 speed right now.
Daniel, give.
Yes, we're on 5 speed. Let's go.
Why? Why the fuck speed 5?
Come on. Let's go to 6 speed, guys. Come on.
Ah!
I believe. You could.
Huge correlation wars in Europe right now. They cannot be playing on 5 speed.
Okay. I put it back to 4.
After a long time of waiting, I was able to continue the expansion of my country, attacking neighboring countries like Langsang and Pegu. My overlord, the Ming, however, didn't like how big we were beginning to grow, so he rivaled me, further obstructing any potential for more growth and scaring me a bit. The only way of expansion was now south. This would mean a conflict with the Sultanate of Malacca, the most influential nation in the Malaccan trade node. First, the Navy of Malacca had the upper hand, blocking our forces from crossing the Straits of Malacca. However, the Ayuthaya Navy eventually was superior and managed to guarantee the safe crossing. The Ming, however, were still a thorn in my side, cancelling any form of expansion in Southeast Asia. So, I began planning a big offensive against the Ming together with my friend Hosokawa in Japan. We performed a blitzkrieg maneuver on the Chinese, managing to siege a lot of the Ming before they could respond. We quickly captured Beijing and began ravaging the Chinese countryside to cripple them even more. We sacked a few cities, devastated and razed the country. Hosokawa and Ayuthaya were pretty happy with this fully cheesed out Ming. Ming's tributaries were also ripe for the taking, because Ming couldn't join them, so we took advantage of this and began decking nations around us. We stole some ducats and land from the Chinese, promising to return after the truces were done. Me, Bengal and Hosokawa would beat up the Ming multiple times in the upcoming years, with me having a possibly sexual attraction by snaking through the Chinese countryside. Meanwhile, this also caused the collapse of the Ming, giving birth to different countries in China. An age of conquering began for Ayutthaya, attacking many different nations, expanding our borders in every direction. In this age, our dynasty sadly enough died out as well, giving the throne to the Ayuthayya family, a very powerful family that was ruling both Punjab and Nepal as well. But it was not only happiness and peace in the Asian continent. A large rivalry was beginning to exist between the nations of Punjab and Gujarat. Overall tensions were rising. Now there will be a follow-up part to this, but it will take ages to make as well, so please, for my hard work, just subscribe and I will see you later.